Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel uninspired, and when I knew I'd have to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. Your love was the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, when my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. 'Cause if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you've done to me, what you've done to me. You make me feel so good inside, good inside. And I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel, you know you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You know you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman, natural woman.
Hello everybody, hope you're doing marvelously well. So this is a fun one because we've got the LEWITT Connect 6. That whole song you just heard was tracked with it, except for the drums, because there's more than 2 inputs. But the drums were recorded with LEWITT mics. Everything was done with LEWITT mics, and I'm about to open up the tracks and mix, and also do a track on acoustic guitars so you can hear how it works, how the compression that's built in and the EQ that's built in sounds. And don't forget, you can enter to win one of these beautiful Connect 6s. There is a link down below to enter to win. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some acoustic guitar down, and this will give us an opportunity to see how the Connect 6 works. It has a built-in expander, compressor, and equalizer. We'll put it through its paces. And what better than an acoustic guitar, because acoustic guitars can have all kinds of boominess. They benefit sometimes from a little bit of compression, as do vocals and many other wonderful things. So let's try it out. So they have their own version of auto setup. What did you connect? A condenser microphone, Would you like to do sing, talk, play an instrument? Play an instrument. Are you live or recording? I'm recording. Let's test your sound. So it says, oh, so it's got a high pass filter built into it. So we're using obviously the LCT 440 Pure, which is a LEWITT microphone. Let's hear what the compressor sounds like if we bring it on. Confirm your setup, gain level, high pass filter. I'm going to turn the high pass filter on. So on the fast lines and stuff, it does not seem to have any latency. I'm wondering about the EQ here. Let's have a quick look and see what options they give us. So if I turn on the EQ, so I can go in and I can high pass there. I like a bit more mid-range on my acoustics. This is easy to use. It's really cool. Okay. A little bit more gain out of this. I like it. Simple and easy to use so far. This is very LEWITT-like, isn't it? Look at the grey. Look how it resembles the 1040 here. The black. They've really gone in for like really consistent design on everything. And then this, as Eric and I discovered the other day, is Tron. LEWITT are Tron. See that get adopted. So I'm not going to use the expander, but I do like the EQ on. So EQ off. And EQ on. Oh, I love that mid-range forwardness. And a little extra roll off. We've also got the high passing going on as well. So now that we've got all the elements and we've tried out the compressor, the EQ, I didn't get to try the expander. I think on an expander, maybe that would be good in maybe in a podcasting situation. The thing about the LEWITT is that you can plug a phone into it as well and use the mic pre, the compression and the EQ and have a controlled signal going into your phone. Just pretty awesome if you're live streaming. We will try it. Won't we, Eric?
Yes.
You're sitting on the ground down there. We can see him. Eric, hold your hand up. Get it in there. There it is. Oh, there he is. Hey! Okay, so let's do a mix. I'm going to do a less is more on this one in particular. And the drums were recorded by our good friend, Katie Marie. Katie is an incredible drummer. She's also a multi-instrumentalist. She plays every instrument and sings and is stupidly talented. She also plays drums for Sophie B. Hawkins, who I think is going on tour in a couple of weeks. So look out for Katie on that tour.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Katie Marie and I'm super excited to show you the LEWITT Beat Kit, which is a drum mic set that consists of 4 microphones. We're going to be recording up at one of my all-time favourite places. This is Blue Rock Studios, which is in the heart of the Texas Hill Country on the outskirts of Austin. And I'm really looking forward to you guys hearing what these microphones sound like. On the drum kit today we've got a combination of mics, but I'm going to isolate all the LEWITT mics so that you can really hear what they sound like. Included in this set is the MTP440DM, which is a snare drum mic, a kick drum microphone, which is the DTP340REX. This has a switchable sound characteristic, and today we're going to be using the equals, which is a balanced sound character optimized for recording bass-heavy sources. And finally, 2 match pair overheads. These are the MTP440DM condenser mics. Alrighty, I think that's pretty much everything, so without further ado, let's dive into hearing some sounds, and then afterwards I'll tell you guys what I think about these microphones. I've got to be honest, I've never used a LEWITT microphone before, so I had absolutely no idea what these mics were going to be like. I was very impressed with their construction when they arrived with me, and so I was curious to see how they would respond in the Garrison room at Blue Rock, which is a room I know very well. I've recorded a lot of acoustic sensitive instruments there, and I was overall extremely impressed. The snare drum microphone is a lot darker than an SM57, which I appreciate because I've now got another texture and a tone that I can use in my recordings. The kick drum mic had tons of low end, which I love, but I think my favourites were definitely the overheads. I was blown away by how much they picked up and how great they sounded just on their own. But I think that all the microphones together, you're going to get a really awesome drum sound. And the other thing that was interesting was that these microphones have been specifically tailored for drums, and they work well with each other. You know, the sound characteristic that they bring complements the other microphone perfectly. So they work really well as a set, probably better than any other drum mic set I've tried. So I think that about wraps it up for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was helpful to you, and if you've got any questions at all, please feel free to put them in the comments below. Thanks, guys.
So I'm going to start with the drums here because I feel like the piano is pretty much how I want to hear it. I don't want it to be bright, I don't want it to be darker, maybe do some low roll off. I just need to get the drums to maybe be a little bit more rounded and old school sounding, because at the moment they sound good, but they sound modern in comparison. So let's play around with them. So I just want this, I've got a kick in here. It's actually quite nice. There's a kick out. Kick out's got ambience on it, etc. But okay, so the kick in. Let's see if we can give it some oomph. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is reach for my Mac DSP AC101. Just drive it harder. You know what? I'm going to go to the AC102. I can get a little bit more coloration out. This is EQ with an analog emulation. So if I go to 7.5 IPS, I'll get more low end. If I adjust this roll off here, I can bring the bump up. I can change this to, there you go, more of an MCI. And then I can go for an Ampex. Nope. Go back to that. That's much better. Bypass it. On. Great. Now I can go for, I've got vintage modern, everything's set there. Maybe drive it a bit harder. You know, I like everything it's doing, but I'm still going to grab an EQ. And we will grab 60 Hertz, set to 80, we'll go back. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a little higher anyway, because it's a 70s recording. I'm going to high pass it a bit. And then, as I always like to do, I'm going to grab about 350-ish and pull it out. Now, if I put the kick out alongside it, add a little bit of ambience. Take it off. Back in. It's good. It doesn't need to be more than that. It's an organic sounding 70s kit. That's what we're trying to do. So I don't know if there's any snare in this. I could mute those mics so I could leave them open. Let's have a listen to them. Ah, there's some side stick. So I'm actually going to clip gain that up. Clip gain the snare bottom up as well. Kick in. Great. Put in the toms. So let's pan the rack about 20% away from the snare, for about 60. Pretty good. I don't know if I need to do much to them. I think I'm just going to leave them like that. Hits to the overheads. Okay, so the overheads are panned from drummer's perspective. I'm going to put them back to audience. It's just the way I do things. You can do it differently. Obviously, you can download the multi-tracks and do everything you want for this. Throw the rack and the floor in. Okay, so here's the shell. So I'm assuming this could be on the snare shell. I haven't watched her video yet. I'm going to bring it down, just leave it as an ambience. And then let's have a listen to the room. Clip gain that up a bit more. Right, let's hear the whole drum kit. Okay, I'll throw my acoustic in because I just see it's. I don't think we need to do anything to that acoustic. We did the EQ on the way in, which is old school, and I suppose that's what I like about the LEWITT. Had it a little bit left, maybe. Now, there's a main rhythm piano, and then Steve reinforced the lows with a lows overdub, and then did like the high little lead bits on a separate piano. Now, the bass, I've got the bass DI here, which I usually use for low end. Let's bring it down. Bass amp. No shortage of low end. Kind of nice. There's a couple of uncontrollable notes there, little bit boomy notes. So let's take the DI, and we're going to use it for the low end only. And we'll low pass that around about 200-ish. So that will give us put some gentle compression on it for those notes that are jumping out. So pretty much anything will do it. I can use a CLA 76, for instance. Perfect. Just stock sound. I'm going to copy down the REQ And again, we're going to do it about 200. That's the amp. A little bit of a zzz at the top there that we don't need. Usually 3K is about as high as I need to go on the bass. Two together. I'm going to sum those two elements together. I'm not going to go really aggressive like this. Normally I would take like an MV2 and put it on, but I think that'd be far too aggressive. All I'm going to do is grab a compressor. I might just copy the CLA 76 down. Go to that big booming note. Also, what we're going to do is we're actually going to high pass it a little bit because there's some super, super low lows going on in there, which are fantastic, but completely unnecessary because they'll smother the low end of the kick drum. Just this one here. Get it out of the way of the kick. Those toms are pretty low hit, so what I'm going to do is just separate them and clip gain them up. Depending on what DAW you have, I would do something similar, just gain up things like that. You can automate volume as well if you like. Bring the bass down a bit. Now, I'm not using any compression or EQ on the vocal at all. And
You've done to me, what you've done to me. You
just what we did on the way in.
looking out on the morning rain. I used to feel uninspired.
So this is the LCT 440 Pure, another LEWITT inexpensive mic.
Looking out on the morning rain. I used to feel uninspired.
Yeah, LCT 040s on the piano, LCT 440 on the vocal. This is the most LEWITT thing we've ever done. If they started making plugins as well, we'd be completely covered. All right, I'm going to open up and get just a plate reverb, something a little akin to what would have made sense in the 70s. It's going to go deverb, free and cheap, 1.2 seconds.
Looking out on the morning rain. I used to feel uninspired. And when I knew I'd have to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. Your love was the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you lost and found.
So all I'm really hearing there is like a little some pops on the mic.
Life was so unkind. Your love was the key to my peace of mind.
There you go. It's there. So I mean, a couple of things we could do. You could just gain it down.
My peace of mind.
Another old trick is to just zero in on it with Audio Suite EQ if you're in Pro Tools. Do this, go up to about here, and then render it, and bada boom, bada bing, it's gone.
My peace of mind. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for, 'cause if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh baby, what you've done to me, what you've done to me.
So let's narrow those background vocals just a little bit, bring them into a little bit closer to the lead vocal. So in typical fashion, I'm going to take the left-leaning one and send it to the right. And I'm going to take the right-leaning one and send it to the left. That's what we do.
To me, what you've done to me.
Lovely. And it'll give us a bit more of a stereo imagery. We're about 50-50 around it. Either side of the vocal, so we have one background here, one background there, but we've widened the verb a bit, so it'll make it feel a bit bigger than it really is.
To me, what you've done to me. You made to me, what you've done to me. Oh baby, what you've done to me, what you've done to me. You make me feel so good inside, good inside. And I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel.
Now I feel like with the drums, I'd like to have the toms going through that same plate. I want this to feel like, you know, it's recorded in 1971, the original, obviously, not this. Let's have Pro Tools in 1971. And I want to have that feeling of it, you know, only having one or two effects. So I'm going to take the toms and send them through bus 3 and 4. I'm not going to worry so much about the panning on this one. I'm just going to send them out 3 and 4 like this. Bring it up a bit more. Yeah, I like it. Do it on the snare top as well. Yeah. Now bring the drums down. They should be a little bit more felt, less heard. The percussion that's in it is almost minimalistic.
Natural, natural woman, you make me feel. You know you make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. You know you make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel. You know you make me
Bring the overheads up a bit.
feel like you.
A little bit of ambient.
You make me feel.
So I brought all the drums down, brought the kick up just a little bit more, and then brought up the ambient.
You make natural woman. You make me feel. You know you make me feel. You make me.
Now, on the LEWITT, they have this thing called a maximizer. So I can create two different mixes. The moment everything's going to mix A, which is our primary mix, I've got a maximizer on there, which we're going to listen to.
Feel so good inside, good inside. And I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural.
It's pretty tasteful. Pretty tasteful. I mean, I've barely got it on, but you can tell that the peak value is staying the same pretty much, but all of the energy underneath is coming in. So it's obviously limiting it and compressing it. I'm probably going to stick like an L2 limiter over it, just because, you know, to get it up to level.
Natural woman, you make me feel. You know you make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel. You know you make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. You know you make me feel. You make me.
So with the piano, legend has it that Carol she was in Studio B, I believe, in A&M, and she snuck in for a couple of hours, I think it was Joni Mitchell's session, to record piano, maybe late one night, and tracked most of the pianos for the record in the evening. And that was a grand piano, a Steinway, I believe. This is our Baldwin upright, so it's quite a different sonic characteristic, but I like it.
You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel. You know you make me feel. You make me feel.
I think the lesson with all these things is restraint. I mean, it's very well performed by incredible musicians. You know, Steve's a great piano player, Mikhail is an amazing singer, and of course, Katie Marie is a wonderful drummer. So with these incredible musicians, we're just tickling things and recalling that this song was recorded very simply. So there you have it. This is a great device. It's pretty darn nifty. Don't forget, you can download the multi-tracks to hear the recording on this, but also mix the tracks for yourself. Always excited to hear what you do with them. Do your own additional production, all of that good stuff. And as ever, of course, you can enter to win one of these beautiful Connect 6s. Thank you, LEWITT, for letting us try it out. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thank you, of course, to Mikhail, to Katie Marie, and Steve Majora for doing such a wonderful job on this track. I really, really appreciate it. Download link below for the multi-tracks. Enter to win down below. And thanks ever so much for watching. So long, farewell, la vida, and au revoir. Adios.